What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Root Beer Cinema Podcast. Um, we're continuing the Great Max Vanderwerf Hiatus of 2026. He's greatly missed, and we send love to him. And so on this episode, we have a guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tony Martinez, elementary school best friend of Carter Haskins.
That's true.
Just a pleasure to be here. Really,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And today we're going to be reviewing The Piano Teacher from 2001, directed by, how do you say his name?
Michael.
Well, sure.
Haneke?
Oh, wait, here it's oh, sorry. Okay, whatever. Michael Haneke.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go with.
Sure.
And then we'll also be reviewing Faygo root beer, but it is the original, because I think when I just looked it up, there's the like Costco bottles, like the Costco 2 liters of Faygo, and I imagine that's probably a different recipe of some kind. So this is Faygo original root beer, and it's in a bit of a classic bottle.
Yeah, the design is very nice.
I know.
We'll
get into that.
Sorry.
All right, let's get this thing going. We're gonna crack the root beer. Here we go.
So I can't say anything about it. Okay.
All right. So some background. It's Michael Haneke's 2001 erotic psychological drama film, The Piano Teacher, based on the 1983 novel of the same name. It's Haneke's most famous movie, followed maybe by Cachet.
Probably.
And starring Isabelle Huppert. What?
I mean, Funny Games.
Funny Games. Sorry.
Definitely.
Is Funny Games more popular than this, or is it?
Probably.
Second? Okay,
Both,
I take back everything I say. And very loved movie. I had never seen it. Tony and I saw it earlier today on 35mm at the Museum of the Moving Image in Long Island City, New York. And
I had previously seen it.
Just a bit of a rewatch.
Yeah, a couple months ago, back in Portland.
You saw it for the first time a couple months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And can I talk about what I thought?
Yeah.
Okay. I loved it when I first watched it. I think I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked. I'll take you through like my first viewing of it. Really loved the first half. Thought like, okay, it's freaky, it's cool. Like,
how did you watch it? Was it just at home?
Yeah, it was at home.
Okay.
It was on whatever streaming service.
Channel,
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And really loved the first half, and I think I watched it over like 2 days, and so I paused it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
And did you split it in a decent place?
It was in a decent place.
Okay.
I forget exactly where, but yeah, loved the first half. Thought it was like, sort of a little more playful, not as serious, and then I watched the second half like the next day. And it was like it really did affect me. Like, it was very...
It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, really.
Bit of a day ruiner.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, very much affected, I think was the best way I could put it. And I think that maybe led to like how high I rated it. Just because...
It got an emotional reaction out of you.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like it's a pretty... I don't want to say cheap way to do it, but an easy way to do that is to like depict some pretty awful shit. And so, yeah, maybe the shock of that.
Pearl clutching, right?
Yeah.
So how did the rewatch go?
So rewatch, I was not as affected by it. Maybe because I knew it was coming or whatever. I was pretty hungover today when we first got in there, so it...
But also interesting that seeing it in like a semi-packed theater on a print like would affect you less than seeing it on TV.
I think maybe...
obviously it's because you saw it the second time. I'm just saying that's an interesting...
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would be sometimes maybe not the case for some people. Like, seeing it at home, you'd be like, oh, whatever, but then you see it in the theater where people are like emotional about it.
Like... For stuff like this that is like so emotionally like sensitive and like potent at times, I think like seeing that alone, like I lived alone back in Portland when I watched it, so I think that like the isolation of it sort of augmented everything
Yeah.
about
You got
it.
nothing to like. You can't
Yeah,
externalize.
just like turned it off.
You're just
and I
thinking
was,
about
like, there.
It's just in your head.
Whereas like tonight, like it was cool seeing it on film, and it
Mhm.
was cool seeing it in a pretty packed house. But I don't know. I was also thinking about like the times when people were laughing and like
Yeah.
I was very
It is pretty funny.
yeah
There's some funny stuff in there.
yeah I think so too.
Not many inappropriate laughs, which is interesting.
There was
Usually there's quite a few. What were the inappropriate laughs
I'm
for
trying
you?
to remember
Because there was one I think where I was just
yes
like, ooh,
yeah
what
I
are
think
we?
it
But
was
then I don't think I.
maybe like when he pushed her mom for the
Well, it
first
made a
time
funny
or
sound.
something.
When it is just it isn't funny to like
Yeah.
hurt this woman or whatever, but it's just like the way because before that moment he had sort of kind of just been like flippantly aggressive.
Yeah.
And then he grabs her and throws her into a room and goes, she's like, oh, and then he just closes the door. It's like, you're going to stay in there.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty major flip, and it's kind of funny in the way that it's like unexpected, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. It was definitely just a different dynamic seeing it in the theater, and I think it did less for me. That's not to say I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I certainly didn't like it as much. But yeah, what did you think?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I have some background for my Haneke. I'd never seen this. I have seen quite a few of his other movies. I've seen both Funny Games. I've seen Benny's Video. I've seen Cachet. I've seen Code Unknown. I just saw Code Unknown very recently. And I really don't like this guy. I'm sure that'll surprise none of our listeners. But I like both the Funny Games movies. But I also watched them. I've seen them both once, I think on the same night, 5 or 6 years ago. So
to me, the first one, quintessential high school movie.
Yeah,
like very.
It is very like I'm getting into art film, and this is silly and crazy.
Oh my
it's a
God!
funny game,
and he looks at the audience.
I know, and he has a remote control.
Wow.
And so that I liked that when I saw it, both of them, and then I saw everything else over the course of time, and I really didn't like any of it. The first time I saw Cachet, I was kind of confused and like, because there were things I liked and things I didn't like, and I just sort of like was like, oh, I don't really know how I feel about this. And then I had to watch it for class, and I just hated it when I saw it. But I really hate this guy. I think that it's very different. It's actually very different, but I feel like in a similar way that I feel about PTA, where it's like I feel like this guy's sensibilities are so far removed from anything that interests me at all that I just cannot connect on like any level with any, like the PTA, like watching like Hard 8 or whatever. It's like, okay, is this like a screenplay that someone wrote? Yeah. Like, is it like a movie? Sure. But like, it's just so uninteresting to me, and like his sense of humor is like so nowhere near mine. Like, it just does absolutely, like, it's a lot of PTA's movies that I hate are like, they are movies, and like I like understand how people like them, but it's just like has nothing to do with my interests at all, and it's like I can't even begin to connect with it, and that frustrates me. I feel similarly about Haneke, where it's like just watching like Code Unknown. It's like I get what he's also I feel like just dumb guy. I feel like Haneke's like one of the stupidest guy. I think I have multiple reviews for his movies just being like stupidest director of all time. Like watching Benny's Video. Have you seen Benny's Video?
No.
Oh my God, dude. I was just like watching that. I was just like, stupidest guy of all time alert. Like coming up with this and like making it into a movie is just so stupid. And then Cachet, I think is just really stupid. And it's just like all these things. I feel like he has these ideas that are the first step in like an interesting story, and stops there and makes the movie.
That's interesting.
And finishes the movie, then it's over. Cachet is like, what if you were, have you seen Cachet?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, what if you were getting tapes and you didn't know who it was? Like, oh, that's interesting. And then that's just kind of what it is. It's just like, oh, that's interesting. And then nothing comes of it. And it's not like, it's not to the extent of Code Unknown where the whole thing is like, but it doesn't ever it doesn't mean anything. It's like, it does, like, you find out what it is, but it's not like affecting at all. It doesn't matter. Because it's like, okay. I don't know. I feel like, all this stuff to me is like, it's so, and like with Code Unknown, it was just, okay, I'm just talking too much about his other movies. Anyway, I hate Haneke, whatever. Going into this, I wanted to like it because I know it's like the one that people like. And I was really, I kind of had I was invested in in enjoying this movie
Mhm.
for the sake of the podcast, for the sake of Tony,
Yeah.
and for everyone else I know who loves this movie, including my greatly missed co-host Max Vanderwerf.
Oh, really? He likes this one?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
He
Cool.
gave it a 9, and he has like a review about how it's really good. This movie, I was went into it wanting to like it.
Mhm.
First hour ish, I was like okay,
Mhm.
this is much better than anything else I've seen of his, barring Funny Games. 'Cause I don't remember those, but I
Mhm.
think they're good. Um, and then, but even so, I didn't enjoy it, and I didn't think it was great. You know, like he doesn't his camera is so uninteresting to me. No interesting imagery, no interesting camera movement, no interesting cut. Like it's just like everything about it is so stationary and like nasty, and not in like a way that's interesting to me. Like
Mhm.
there's nasty stationary stuff that I love,
Yeah.
but it's just so it's like devoid of any sort of like emotional. But not like that. Also sounds like it could be of value. Like I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I don't think it has anything in it. Like it's just like
Yeah.
the camera ended up where it could be, where everything that's important would be in it, and that's like it was like it's default mode. That's how I feel
Yeah.
it is. And it's like I'm just like it's not the color doesn't look good. The colors are boring. Like I get this might be part of it for this movie,
Yeah.
but it's just like I'd rather be watching something that does anything for me. Anyway, so the first hour I was like okay, whatever. Like it was inoffensive, especially on Haneke's terms.
Mhm.
But like not great. Like I was just like, oh, this is like a serviceable movie. But then
What was the
the
turning
movie
point?
starts. Well, the turning point was it was really when they were in her bedroom.
Oh, with a note?
Yeah, like that scene.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So obviously at the beginning you don't know it's just like, oh, this girl has a weird relationship with her mom.
Mhm.
It's really like codependent and like weird, like bad social relationship
Mhm.
with her mom.
Ooh,
And that's it. And
astute.
then what?
How astute.
I know. And for me or Haneke. And then as it goes on, and then there's the really annoying thinking back on it, just like so. I just was like, oh, it's a funny little thing, but like, like I'm in the. I guess it's based on the book, which I have thoughts about because it's interesting. Because I feel like this is such a Haneke. Like, I think this is something that he would write
Yeah.
because he's so stupid and has interests that are this stupid.
Mhm.
But there's the really just like kind of mind numbing scene where it's like how do I introduce the concept of this piano teacher that the movie is about being sexually repressed? Maybe she could go to a porn store and smell some jizz. Like that's like it's so fucking stupid
Yeah.
that like the second that happened, I was like, oh okay, so she's like sexually repressed and weird. And then from then on, I was like, I know this now because you've put this really blatant scene in here where it's like, okay, now I know this thing about her. And then everything else that happened after that, I was like, oh, well, yeah, this is just more of the thing that I learned earlier with that very blatant information you gave me. And there's never any sort of like, she is a piano teacher who is sort of like um, socially and sexually repressed, if you will.
Mhm.
Like she's sort of like she acts like a child a little bit sometimes,
Very
especially with her
much
mom.
so. Yeah.
And like you learn these two things,
Mhm.
and that's what it is. That's what the movie is, and it never like those themes don't develop. Nothing like
Yeah.
once I found out about those things, like oh, she's probably gonna get into a sexual relationship with this guy who obviously likes her. It's gonna end up poorly, and there's gonna be some crazy Haneke third act where there's like a rape or a murder or something.
Mhm.
Uh, and then it's just boring because it's like oh we're just meandering until we end up at this thing that's inevitable
Yeah.
because this guy is so simple and his
Mhm.
themes are very blatant. I know what's happening and there's nothing of it like it. I'm not engaged because it doesn't appeal to me visually or
Yeah.
like thematically, and I know exactly what's going to happen. Like it's not going to be shocking when the
Mhm.
rape happens. And then it expands upon those themes, not expands on them, but it leads to their conclusions, and then those things happen, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then it just kind of meanders, and there's some stuff that just is so like like by the time she's in bed with her mom, it's like okay, like we know all this has all happened, we get it, the movie can
Yeah.
end, and then it's like, what if she tried to kiss her mom? Like I think we get it,
Yeah.
and it's not even like I don't even think like it's not that we get it like so you don't have to do your movie anymore. It's just like Like what is the like what are we doing? Like what's the
Hmm.
I just feel like there's so much with a character with a story and a character like this you could make an interesting movie or have an interesting screenplay about it. But there's no he doesn't seem interested in expanding upon like I said like I feel
Hmm.
like this entire movie and the screenplay, I guess the book, but I mean I haven't read the book so I don't know how different it
Hmm.
um is like a first thought of an idea for a movie maybe.
Hmm.
But it's a full movie that's out and I saw it.
I think that is a well-voiced critique.
Oh yeah.
I think like I see what you mean about it being kind of static. And like there, I was trying to think about how I would like. I'll just take it like visually first.
Mhm.
With his camera and stuff. I was like thinking about like how I would describe it, and it like sterile isn't really the right word because that implies I think something more interesting going on, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Any way you describe it that's negative makes it sound like it could be a positive. Like the way I describe things
yeah,
usually when I'm saying good cinematography, I'm like, oh, it's all nasty and like evil and
yeah,
static, and it's like, but I don't mean it in a I don't mean it in a good way. I said to Tony earlier, I said he has aim assist on.
yeah.
He's got a camera with aim assist on that he sets up the mise en scène and then he puts the camera down. And it kind of just goes to where the information is.
Which is true, and I think
Negative.
honestly,
This is
yeah,
derogatory.
yeah, yeah. It's true, but for me, I kind of like how plain it is. Like
Yeah,
to me, it feels like,
because it's thematic, obviously. Yeah,
yeah, and I mean, but even separated from that, I just feel like it's so simple, and
yeah.
I like simple things.
Hmm.
Like thematically, obviously, could be more going on,
Yeah.
could be a lot more dynamic in a lot of ways. But it's just, I don't know. I think it's like accessible isn't the right word to use either, but which I think it is too.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say we can talk about that because I was talking about that with you
yeah,
earlier.
but I think that it does work to my sensibilities
Hmm.
in terms of like what is going on visually. Not that it is stunning, not that it is interesting in any
Yeah.
way, but like I don't know. I like something that is a little bit boring like that, I think.
Well, me too. I would prefer if it can if it like means something or
Sure.
has something to say or is like intriguing to me personally.
Yeah, and the jizz smelling thing, I don't think that's bad.
No, so when that scene happened, I didn't dislike it. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like I was still on board at that point.
because
It
it
was
was,
just like thinking back on it, it's like that is very like how can I introduce the concept of
yeah,
this sexually repressed person having
yeah,
sexual
yeah,
repression?
yeah,
And it's like then she like and it's like oh yeah.
yeah. And then like that, and then her like looking at the kids in the car and like
Oh
pissing
yeah,
next to the car.
pissing. Yeah, that's
Um,
funny. I like that.
and then he comes out with his dick out.
Yeah. Also, and
It's
then okay,
like,
and then he's chasing her, and he's like, "Get back! Like, what are you gonna
yeah.
fucking do? You were having sex in your car at the fucking drive-in.
um,
What, you're gonna reprimand her? You're
but
gonna call the
like those
cops?"
those things I really like that first half kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I did.
That's what I really
Those didn't
enjoyed.
bother me. And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then but then it just becomes so
Yeah,
explicit
it's the
and
same.
like
Yeah.
here I wrote down this list of sexual depravities that I have,
Hmm.
and we're gonna read it for the audience so that they understand the themes of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
okay, wait, can
Also,
I?
yeah, yeah,
What were you
sure.
saying? Also, what?
Well, I was gonna ask, but I was gonna ask like when we were coming home, but I figured I would wait until
Yeah.
now. What did you think of her performance?
I thought it was like fine. It wasn't
Hmm.
like there's parts where she's really good, but I just don't think that she's given much to work with.
Interesting, because I feel like that is one of the major draws in like how popular this is.
Yeah, I don't think there's much other than I liked the only things that stood out to me were some of the scenes where she had expressed her interest to him,
Yeah.
and like we just see her face, like, or he's
Yeah.
talking about like what he wants to do to her, or whatever, and she's just
Hmm.
like staring at him, like the
Yeah.
way she looks.
Yeah.
Very good static face.
Yeah.
Really good like minor movements in the face
Hmm.
situation. Everything else was like I don't know. It could have been anyone. I think
Yeah.
just not really like
It wasn't as shocking of a performance this time around for me.
yeah,
I guess having seen it before
yeah.
makes sense. But one thing I did like one part that really stood out to me, like in kind of this minutia stuff that you're talking about. Um, when he's reading the note, and then she like goes and crawls on the floor and then gets like all
The
her
box.
shit under the
Mm.
bed. Um, that to me, that really bummed me out. Like that was like,
Yeah, it's really
it's
nasty.
just like that to me
Here's
that
my box of shame. Look at
yeah,
it. Hey, look at
but
this.
it's like she's so like childlike in
Yeah,
doing
it's
that,
really,
and
yeah,
she's like, and like she's
being earnest.
yeah, being so earnest and like like she's not, you don't see her like looking up at him like, hey, like this is
Yeah,
my
we see it
shit, but
from
it's like,
behind her. Yeah. No,
this
it
is,
is really nasty.
but
But
like
that is when that's the moment that I checked out because I was like, oh, this is like, I don't know. It's just I feel like it was so like I know, yeah, I know,
yeah.
but it's like as a scene, I think it like works. It's
Hmm.
just I don't know. I really like the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
Really hot
Okay.
to me.
Yikes.
No,
I don't know about that.
you don't know. Okay, interesting.
Wait. We're talking about when she's cutting herself?
No,
Oh.
oh my Tony. Okay,
What?
well I guess that's fair.
That is
The first time that their first sexual encounter.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's yeah,
Hot
awesome.
scene.
It's the best.
And it's cool. I like when he just starts like jumping around, like
Yeah.
boxing, and then like runs. It's like bye, then runs out.
It's so good.
It's funny. So I was gonna say when you were talking about the liking the camera, and it's like
Mhm.
sterility, but not actually
Mhm.
that. I was thinking it's sort of this thing. Cause I was thinking about the other movies, and it's like the exact same in all those other movies for
Yeah.
me, where it's like it just sort of is this kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
gross. But like I said, like, the word gross I use positively all the time. I'm
Yeah.
speaking derogatorily.
Mhm.
Gross and static and boring camera. But that is thematically resonant for all of his movies also,
Yeah.
and it becomes one of those unfortunate things where like it is immune to criticism because you can just be like, but that's the point, because this movie is about the banality. Like it's like you can make that argument like cachet. It's like, oh well, it's because it's
Yeah.
about surveillance. Like what? It's like it's so annoying that I think it's one of those things where someone who likes it could just say that at any time and it would like work as
Yeah.
a deflection of the argument.
Mhm.
Because I think that is true. And
Yeah.
like if I were having to write something positive for some reason about one of his movies, I would be like, the cinematography is resonant with it's reflective of the themes of the movie.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, I just oh yeah, what was the thing I said we could talk about later because I was mentioning it to you? Oh, the because we saw this movie and we were trying not to talk about it much because we knew we were going to review it. And I was looking at I went on Letterboxd and it really upset me just seeing sort of all these tens. And I was thinking about, because this is like we talked about this more later. It's something that I have a vested interest in. I think is when I really don't like something and it's like really well received. It, like sometimes it makes sense and I'm like, okay, whatever, and I move on. Like with Everything Ever All at Once, it's like I didn't need to look into that. Like I understand why people like it. I know why I don't like it. Nothing to learn here. But with things like this, it's like I have to understand. And so like I was thinking about it. I don't know, this would be a bit taboo of a topic to talk about, but I just feel like it's sort of, as Tony said, it's accessible to your average person, average light cinephile. And I think as far as rape movies go, it's one of the more accessible ones because it's because I'm thinking like your Irreversibles of the world and other like Trouble Every Day and like these movies that are like, because there's art films that have rape in them and there's art films that don't have rape in them, and there's kind of a line there. And for one from the rape side to be like the one, it has to be accessible in a certain way, to like gain that status and be something that like normal people have seen. Like there are a lot of people who have seen this that I follow that like haven't seen most other art films, sexually transgressive or not.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're just saying it's accessible. Oh, I was wondering why it's so well received.
Yeah.
And it's because I think that I feel like, as you said on your first watch, I feel like being confronted with something so shocking and like kind of upsetting and emotionally charged, like a rape in a movie. It's really easy for that emotion to kind of make you just be like, oh, this is good because it made me uncomfortable, or oh, because it was like a a maybe realistic depiction of rape or whatever, and it's like, oh, like this made me feel disgusted, and therefore it's probably like a good movie.
Mm.
And I think that's part of it, and then also, uh, it's sort of it's a foreign film.
Yeah.
People tend to overrate foreign films. Like normal people tend to do that because they perceive of, especially French films. I feel like normal people are like think like if it's in French, it's like higher art. I just feel like I feel like this sort of is like a very emblematic movie of like it exists as it's an art house rape movie, and it's one that normal people can watch and consume and think is good. I don't know.
So outside, like, do you
Pretty
think?
poorly said, I think, but I'm just sort of like spitballing here.
Yeah. What do you think makes it accessible? Is it the performance? Is it being French? Is it like just like the reputation that it's built?
In its basicness.
That it's
this is in my
accessible because it's
basic.
Basic.
In the way that this is my in line with my criticisms of the film.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really surface level and basic, and like you're presented with these two scenes, the sex shop scene, and then the also the first bathroom scene, and then the drive-in scene. And those are three, like, they're sprinkled throughout. It's like, oh, we're leading up to this thing that's going to be the theme of sexual aggression and like the way maybe this man will manifest in a relationship, in this sexual relationship with this guy, right? And it's like a classical narrative that just kind of leads to this thing. And it's like, it is a really basic, and like I was looking at the top reviews, and it was like 10 out of 10 review that's like the last 5 minutes is so perfect because it's an encapsulation of like her whole life, and it's like, yeah, that's the point of the like. I feel like most competent movies have something like that going for them. But if you hadn't seen many real movies, then maybe that would be really exciting for you. But yeah, I don't know. And then also, just a really annoying review I saw that said that she's one of the most fleshed out characters of all time, and I feel like she's really, really not developed. Like the only characteristics that she has are that she's childlike because she has this relationship with her mom and her sexual regression. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. That everything in the way she acts is based off those two things, and that's it. We don't know anything about her, and that's it. And that's like that's not a she's a caricature.
Yeah.
And I just feel like having that idea of that, like, I don't know, just because this like just because bad things happen to her and we see it and that we empathize does not mean she's a good character. And I think there's a distinction that isn't being made here between having empathy for a character and seeing bad things happen to them and feeling bad and feeling like you feel sad for this person because you've seen this happen to them and you see the way their life is, and having a well-developed character.
Yeah, I also feel like there's some blurring of the lines there with the performance too, just because like I think people may associate like, oh, she's so good, and then this character is so
good performance
like,
with a fleshed out character.
It's all Isabelle Huppert. Like she's doing the heavy lifting.
She is,
here.
Certainly.
The
screenplay is not very good.
Yeah, and I agree in that like it doesn't scream the most fleshed out character to me, but I think her performance is so good that it does
it gives the air of that.
It gives the air of it, but it also, this is another point to its accessibility and I think its popularity, is that like I think we would be remiss not to mention like the like really volatile and touchy nature of the subject matter, and like how people seeing that could recognize maybe their own experiences in that, and like that could be a reason why it resonates with
that's what I'm saying.
Think is like valid. I think there's totally value in that. And I don't know, like it just seems like it would be, I don't want to write it off just because it doesn't, like, I don't know, it does shock me though. Like, it shocked me the first time and it made me feel those ways, but like, is that a shortcut? Is that a lazy way to like
that's what I was
to
gonna
make
say
an impression?
I feel like it is a bit of a shortcut. It's a bit of like because it is like this movie could have, I'm not making this is not an argument, I'm not doing any sort of mental gymnastics here. I'm just saying, I imagine this exact movie without that specific rape scene.
Mhm.
And it's like it would not like it would be a very different movie, and the reaction would be probably really different. And I think it's really interesting. Like it's kind of just a thing that you can be like, this is gonna happen in my movie, and then it launches your movie from being your movie to like a cultural, like a commentary on like so many things, and it like
Mhm.
becomes like a emblematic of all these things, and it can resonate with all these people, and like it becomes like a touchstone for all of these different ideologies. Like it becomes its own thing when you add such a charged element to a movie.
Mhm.
And it sort of, I think that it does in this case add like an air of uh substance, maybe, or like the idea of more going on, like it and it happens at the end, so like the movie's over and that's what you're thinking about,
Mhm.
and you're not really thinking about like the kind of void that is the first like out. Like it's just sort of, you're not thinking about the substance of the movie, you're thinking about
Mhm.
that scene and like how, because it is nasty, it's shocking. I didn't like it,
Yeah.
obviously. It's hard to watch. It's not good.
Mhm.
It's not like not good. Like it's, you know, well, the rape is not good. I just meant like the scene isn't poorly done.
Yeah.
um but like, yeah, that's what, it's the one of the last scenes is what you're thinking of. But
Mhm.
then the actual last scene, so fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah, we should talk
come
about
on,
that.
Oh, like, oh, she's packing a knife. I wonder what she's gonna do. I wonder if she's gonna kill
Yeah.
herself in the lobby of this. But oh, that's what she did. Okay,
Mhm.
and then she walks away, and it's just the cachet shot. Like, give me a fucking
That's
break,
true
dude.
enough. Yeah, that's
Give
actually.
me a break.
Yeah, I do.
You're
I don't
such a
know,
loser.
man, but looking at her face when she's doing that, it's like,
Really bad. Like, I hated that performance. Like the stupid
really?
face she makes when I hate it.
She's stabbing herself,
Also,
man.
she like barely stabs herself. She kind of runs away. She's fine.
I also don't know if she dies.
Yeah, she kind of just walks away.
Yeah.
I hated her face. The face that she makes me when she does it is horrible. It's so bad.
What the fuck kind of face are you supposed to make when you stab
Not that
yourself in the chest?
Yeah, you did the wrong thing, girl. No, I was kidding. No, yeah, I hate that scene is so, and like that review. It's like, it's emblematic of her whole, yeah. No,
Yeah, of
no,
course.
we've gotten
Sure.
the theme
Yeah.
at least 14 times in the last 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Very much.
I know what this movie's about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the way I'm talking. I feel like I would criticize someone for talking this way, like, because I don't think that movies need to like. I don't think movies need to like mean or say something.
Mm-hmm.
And I also don't think that they like need to. Like, once you've done that, I don't think the movie ends. Like, I think you can like kind of just like ruminate on these themes, and, like, do whatever you want. I just feel like this. It's so repetitive and played out, and like give me a break. Like, we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
You've made your piece. That's like, and also like, if the point was more interesting, I'd be invested.
Mm-hmm.
But it is just like, what if there was a piano teacher who was repressed sexually?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Like the that's I could say that to you. I could say, hey Tony, okay, imagine a sexually repressed piano teacher who, but then there's a guy who wants to fuck her, and she has to navigate that.
Yeah.
You could presume the entire movie based on that.
God, I do
and
wonder,
just not see it.
Yeah, I wonder what the book is like,
save
though.
what, $15 in 2 hours of your life?
Can we look up how long the book is?
Well, as we've learned from our other review, or we're going to, doesn't matter how long it is.
Well, I just wonder, like, what.
Why doesn't it say the amount of pages?
What they do in the book that is. When did it come out? The 80s?
1983.
That's fine. Whatever. I would assume. I don't know. It couldn't be that long, could it? Like, runtime wise, this is like 2 hours and something.
The movie. I think the movie was just 2 hours. Let's see.
A little over 2.
131 minutes.
Yeah.
Miserable.
I feel like, I don't know. Like, maybe it is a little long. I don't know.
Yeah, I think especially towards the end, it's sort of just like,
yeah,
it is just it's like, hey, here's what we're doing. It's like, oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, that's my whole review. I'm gonna finish my root beer.
Okay.
Bit of a long one, but I feel like we got a lot to say. We're having a hearty discussion. We're 37
36.
minutes in.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Faygo root beer.
Mm.
Faygo, soft drink company, headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. Faygo Pop, etc. 1907, founded in 1907. November, 118 years ago. It's fucked up.
It's old as shit.
So we've all seen this logo before. I've never seen these classic bottles actually.
Yeah, I didn't even put two and two together.
That it was the other Faygo, yeah. What's the Lil Mosey song, or who is the Blueberry Faygo?
I don't know.
TikTok song in popular culture. Let's see.
Ooh, ICP.
Insane.
What the hell? They spray Insane Clown Posse sprays live audiences with Faygo.
And they've expressed interest in collaborating on limited edition product runs with the company, but Faygo has not reciprocated this interest as they desire to, quote, keep a healthy distance from the group.
And I don't blame them.
What is the Insane Clown Posse?
The greatest band of all time.
Okay. Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J.
Yeah, Violent J, I think, is just a pedophile.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Horrorcore.
Look up Violent J. Go to
Personal
the controversy.
Life. Is there a controversy?
Legal trouble. Yeah, here we
go. Jailed for threats, robbery, and probation. Aggravated battery. This is so. What is the Insane Clown Posse? And they're just like pedophiles.
Am I just totally making it up?
I want to know what horrorcore is. There's no way the 3-6 Mafia is horrorcore.
Tech 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what does that mean?
I think he could be horrorcore.
And what
I
is
have
that?
a very rudimentary understanding of what horrorcore is. So
push the violent content imagery in their lyrics beyond that.
Oh, how about Hobson? Hobson's gotta be in there.
Tyler the Creator.
Is M?
Would Tyler the Creator not be on this like early isn't that the?
He's probably Well,
soon work.
I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about the root beer. Yeah, so Faygo, really good.
I thought it was great.
I really fuck with this, and I was really surprised.
100% cane sugar.
Oh yeah, does it say it on there?
That's what it's all about.
And you can really tell it's a really nice carbonation. Like it was kind of just like I took a sip and I really wanted to just be like, damn, this is good.
Yeah, I think platonic ideal for a root beer.
It is just a really
just good.
It tastes like in between, like thinking about your A&Ws and your mugs of the world. It tastes like we're exactly in the middle of those two.
I think so too, but there's no like vanilla-y.
Oh yeah, what was this flavor for you?
It just tasted like root beer. That that classic sassafras taste.
I'm looking up root beer flavor.
It is sassafras, I think.
Ooh, that's a good picture.
It is a good picture.
I wonder what type of root beer that is.
Yeah.
Sassafras, made using the root bark of the sassafras tree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who came up with that, and why did they do that?
It just tasted so classic root beer to me, and there wasn't any like notes at the end of any vanilla or any kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually I have a review of like, oh, this is a, this is a vanilla root beer. This is a what is it, like, not a butterscotch, but like
Sometimes a root beer isn't so sweet, and I do have to say, like, carbonation wise, it was really good.
Yeah, no, not too much, like not too
tiny,
like, it was
tiny little bubbles.
Yeah, it was really good. And yeah, also I got these. I ordered these from. Actually, yeah. Usually we say, I can edit this around, but. Bloom's Candy and Soda. Let's see. I got these from Bloom's Candy and Soda Pop Shop, and I paid $3.09 each for them. They're really good.
I would say well
this
worth
heavy.
it.
I'm ready to review.
Totally like.
Yeah, I would drink. This is a root beer that I would drink.
I don't know if you guys do this. What kind of food pairing would you do?
Burger.
Oh God, that's good. That's good, man.
Burger.
To me, it's
hot dog.
Pizza. Oh fuck, pizza. Hot dog would be good.
Hot dog. This one I'm camping.
Ooh.
Hot dog with a fucking Faygo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scary. I would say pizza for me.
A pizza. I'm going out with pizza.
I might get some pizza after this.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm ready to rate these if you are.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna give. I was really on the line. I think I'm gonna have to give the piano teacher a 1 out of 4 root beers.
What were you on the line of?
I was gonna go to 2 maybe.
Okay.
The first I was thinking. Because I was thinking about the podcast. I was thinking a little bit in the first like half. I was like, oh yeah, this is like serviceable Haneke, like 2 out of 4 maybe. But then the last 45 minutes happened. Just a 1 out of like.
Yeah, and we know how you feel about that.
About what?
The last 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about it for 45 minutes. Yeah, not good. And this root beer, really good. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 4 movies.
I think I'm going 3 for both.
What you have to say it.
Okay, I'm giving the root beer a 3.
You do the movie first. Actually, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm giving the movie 3 root beers out of 4.
Okay.
And I'm giving the root beer 3 movies out of 4.
Perfect. So we're linked up on our root beer rating.
What?
We're linked up on our root beer rating.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm curious because you said you gave it a 9 the first time. What would the not out of 4 out of 10 Letterboxd 10? What would you get? What are you giving it? On a rewatch.
I don't know. I probably won't rate it this time just because I myself am not
because
super,
of bad vibes.
Well, I'm just not super clear on like where I stand on it now, just because it did feel so like the 2 viewings were so disparate. I
might give this one a 2 out of 10.
I might go like
the Rare Carter rating
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I think that's a much more fair rating than all these 10s and 9s I've been seeing.
Yeah. Hey, I gave it a 9 the first time.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Tony, and we'll see you again soon for a review of a very special movie.
And I can't wait.
And a special root beer as well.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.